Hello, dear children. How are you? I hope you are doing well. So, dear children, in today's class, here in this video, I'm going to discuss the summary of the chapter number 2 from your Hornbill book, and that is We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together. The story is written by Gordon Cook and Alan East. Here, the narrator talks about his voyage, which he took along with his wife and his two children. Also, they faced the ordeal in the seas, and he discussed everything with us here in the story. So, let's begin the story. The first portion of the journey, that is about 1,05,000 kilometers up to Cape Town, passed off very enjoyably. On the second day of Cape Town, they started to encounter strong windstorms. Now, dear children, here he talks about his journey and they started their voyage from Cape Town. Okay, and also he tells us about that 1,05,000 kilometer they passed very enjoyably. Okay, but on the second day out of Cape Town, when they had left Cape Town, they started to encounter strong windstorms. Those windstorms did not worry about the narrator, but the height of the waves was alarming, up to 15 meters above that. That was high as the mainmast. On the 25th of December, the writer's ship reaches in the southern Indian Ocean. Children, southern Indian Ocean. This ocean is very dangerous ocean, and a lot of, violent wind blow there, and which becomes a hurdle for the crew members in the ship to sail their ship smoothly. So it was, when they reaches in the southern Indian Ocean, that was about 3,500 kilometers to the east of Cape Town. The family welcomed the new year on the ship at the dawn of 2nd January. It means during their New Year. New Year means 1st of January. They were there in the ship, and their ship was in southern Indian Ocean, going through the southern Indian Ocean. At the dawn of means here morning. At the morning of 2nd January, the waves were huge in size. Still, the size of the waves, the sea waves in the sea, they were very huge. Unfriendly weather and massive waves forced the sailors to slow the speed of the ship, drop the storm jib, and take various other precautions. The risk was so obvious that the sailors accomplished a life raft drill, attached the lifeline boards and the life jackets. Unexpectedly, at 6 p.m., a terrific explosion shook the Wave Walker. Children, Wave Walker is the ship of the narrator, name of the ship, and the writer was thrown overboard, out of the board. The wave walker was about to overturn when another massive wave hit it, throwing it upright one more time. The writer was thrown back again on the deck. Firstly, the writer was out of the ship. Again, a wave came and it brought the author, the narrator, to the ship. His head and his ribs were smashing, touching the walls of the wave walker. In spite of a lot of injuries, the writer took charge of the situation and decided to handle it on his own. Larry and Herb, these two people, these are the crew member who were there to help out the narrator. He had hired them, okay, as a crew members. So Larry and Herb started pumping out the water from the ship. Now, the author somehow managed to cover the canvas across the gaps to stop the water from entering into the ship. Moreover, their hand pumps stopped functioning and the electric pumps short circuited at the same time. Luckily, the writer found a spare electrical pump that was in a working condition. The entire night, everyone was pumping, steering, repairing, and sending radio signals for help. The author checked the charts and found that the Amsterdam, a French scientific base, was their last hope, because this was the island which they can find easily, and it was the nearest destination for them, because they had to save their lives. Now, Sue and John. Sue is the name of the daughter of the narrator, and Jonathan, is his son. They got heavily injured, but they were not afraid to die if they were all together. Sue's head got swelling, and she was having a deep injury on her head. Moreover, the writer became extra determined to see the courage of his children because his children were very courageous. They had shown their courage during the hours of the need, during the dangerous hour. Finally, they were able to touch the isle. Isle means island Amsterdam. It was a volcanic island where 28 inhabitants were ready to receive them. The people means total people living there at the Amsterdam island were 28, and they all welcomed them in that island. Thus, they secured their lives, and thereafter they smoothly completed their voyage. Now, dear students, here the conclusion. Here is the conclusion of We Are Not Afraid to Die. Let's see. To sum up, we are not afraid to die if we all can be together. Summary, we can say that the collective power of unity and the never failing confidence of the sailors. Sailors means here the narrator, his children, his wife, and his crew members. They made it possible for them to survive and and they came out of from the jaws of death. They came out from the jaws of death, and they bravely fought with the waves, gigantic waves, and thus saved their life after reaching at the Amsterdam island. So, children, that's all for the summary of the chapter. We are not afraid to die if we all can be together. Thank you for watching.